think you can fix me.
Jean, you are not broken.
This is the end, beautiful friend.
The mind is a fragile thing. Takes only the slightest tap to tip it in the wrong direction.
This is the end.
Charles, what did you do?
I had to keep her stable. I protected her.
From the truth? There's another word for that.
I came looking for answers.
You feel like you don't belong here. You don't. They can't begin to comprehend what you are.
She's changing.
And what?
You didn't come here looking for answers. You came here looking for permission. Jean. She's all rage, pain, and it's all coming out at once.
Jean lost control, but she's still our friend.
This is your fault, Charles. The world is on the brink. I'm sorry I didn't stop it sooner.
You're always sorry, Charles, and there's always a speech, and nobody cares.
There's still hope. Don't do this.
They're right to fear me.
I've seen evil. And I'm looking at it now.
Hello, Swamplings. Welcome back. This is my first trailer review that I am going to be doing on my channel. And obviously, as you just have seen, that I am going to be talking about the new X-Men movie within that First Class series that they started years ago called Dark Phoenix. And honestly, I'm not sure how to feel about this movie. Because to me, it just seems like it feels a lot like X-Men The Last Stand already. Like, we've seen it before, and yet we're getting it again apparently, a similar story, but I get why they want to do this story, being the fact that Marvel is getting rights to X-Men, at least that's what's being clarified and what it seems to be, and they want to end their X-Men oriented stories before they move over to the Disney Marvel MCU and everything. So like, I understand why they would want to continue doing this movie, and I also understand that just in general Last Stand didn't do so hot to begin with, so because of that they are maybe trying to do a more comic book accurate storyline of the Dark Phoenix, which to me is a good idea, but are people really going to be that interested in seeing this movie? Like, the trailer looks pretty cool. Yes, they did show a lot more like accuracy from what it looks like from the comics. I was never like a huge comic book fan of the X-Men. Like, I was never a big X-Men guy to begin with. Like, I appreciate and enjoy a lot of the movies and a lot of the source material. I love the 90s animated series back when that was on, but I wasn't really all that huge into the X-Men in general. I was always more of a Spider-Man type of guy. And don't get me wrong, X-Men are great. I love Wolverine, I love a lot of those classics, Rogue, Gambit, so on and so forth. But every single X-Men and movie and everything, like, I just don't get too excited for each movie. In this movie, although it looks like it's gonna be pretty cool, looks like it's gonna be a lot better version of the storyline, I'm still not necessarily feeling this movie per se. But just because of just the topic of just me not being a huge X-Men fan to begin with is what's really driving my whether or not I'm going to be seeing this movie or not. I'm probably still going to see this movie because one of my good friends really likes the X-Men movie. He loves Wolverine. He loves all that stuff. So he's probably going to want to go with me. So I'm probably still going to go with him just because it does looks like it could be pretty good. But as we know what happened with X-Men Apocalypse, like, that wasn't that great of a movie. It didn't do it did okay, but at the same time it wasn't that great. Out of all the X-Men movies within this series, I definitely like First Class and Days of Future Past the best by far out of all of them. But really, I'm not like super pumped or super excited for this movie, but it still does look pretty cool, and I'm somewhat looking forward to seeing like how this movie turns out. So the effectiveness of this trailer is only like so on me. And that's pretty much how I'm going to be rating a lot of these trailers. I'm probably just going to be talking about how well it affects me and is trying to influence me, and how much I really want to see the movie. And this movie is kind of like just maybe middle of the road, just maybe slightly above average with getting me enthusiastic to see the movie. So that is really all I have to say about Dark Phoenix. Please let me know, are you interested in seeing Dark Phoenix? How excited are you for this? Did this trailer really do much for you? Let me know in that comment section down below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to keep up with all my content. And I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget, I have a podcast now. Go over and support me by listening to my podcast on all the streaming services that are listed available.